Right, good afternoon. It's a good day. Good day because one, I've got no to complain about. Being a Christian, I want to have. It's a beautiful day. I've got an iced coffee, proper coffee, stovetop pot, not the rubbish instant. Don't touch that. With nut and toffee sauce in there, absolutely delicious. Just been for a great walk with the dog, that was fantastic, and I've got a guitar to work on. Now this belongs to a regular client of mine, he comes back now and again, lovely man. You just need to know him as Dave. We like David in this house. And this is a guitar. I can't remember what guitar it is, he told me what it was probably. Didn't go in. It's a Custom Shop. It's most definitely a Custom Shop Stratocaster. Beautiful guitar, you can't go wrong with these, can you? You know it's Custom Shop, says it on back here, look. Custom Shop on front, it says original, custom, body, blah blah blah. Fender Stratocaster, blah blah blah. Load of numbers and stuff. With synchronised tremolo. Well, blow me sideways. How amazing is that? So there you go, so this is in with something you don't know, well, you don't see a lot of, but it shows the consistency of a player. Because what we've got is we've got frets flattened out right down the middle. There's no up and down like you normally get where you get some grooves in there. We just, I'll see if I can show you. See if I can get up there. Unfortunately, my new tools aren't here yet, my new vice and everything, so I can't get it on that vice and show you. But if you can see here, we're all flattened out here in the middle. So what I said I'm going to have to do, and we're all sharp edged. You see, because they're flattened out, the crown's gone. They're flattened out like that. So I've told Dave, I said what we're going to do is, we're going to do a fret level on this. A bit of a pain in the butt because we've got lacquered fingerboard there. And to get a nut out without breaking it, it's going to be nigh on impossible. Didn't even consider that. So I'm going to have to level the frets with that nut still on the guitar, which I wouldn't normally do. You take the nut out and you replace it. I've just used my last stock Fender nut on a guitar I did yesterday. So I ain't got a spare, so I'm going to have to work around that, and I'm going to have to, I'll get around it, because I'm only doing a spot level here and there, so I don't need to put my bar all the way across, but I'm going to get it all jigged up anyway, and I'm going to re-crown all these frets. Now ideally I've bought a new, if you're familiar with Stumac, we've got a guitar repair vice that has got jaws that move left and right, they rotate with bits of wood on, and you can clamp your neck in them, and you can do your frets that way, and that would have been ideal for doing this job. I ordered it eight days ago. It's supposed to be here within 3 days. It's still not here. I've complained today. It's Friday. It's not going to come now. It's bank holiday. So I'm a bit annoyed about that, but I promised this guitar back tomorrow. So I'm going to crack on with the work this afternoon. So what I'm going to do is, it's having a setup as well. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do the setup now. With the old strings on, I'm going to make sure we cut guitar set up right, the neck's straight, the neck's how I want it. With these, by the way, when you're on hold to the neck, you've got your truss rod adjuster down here. You know, fantastic. You can't get into that. You've got to remove the scratch plate to get on there. Pain, I know. What I might do is I might just take the neck off. Probably going to the best thing to do, strip it completely, take the neck off, set the neck straight, level all the frets, get them re-crowned, put it back together, put some new strings on. Jobs are good, and that's it. So I'm going to blob on with this setup now. I was going to do a video showing the whole process, what a setup entails, because I've had some people come in this week and I've told them what work I've done while I was set up with that, and it says, and you see it on Facebook now, I thought the setup was really easy. I never knew how so much work went into it. Let me tell you something, for a £40 setup, the amount of work we're doing for 40 quid is phenomenal. You know, you've got absolutely no reason to go and complain at someone doing you a proper setup for 40 notes, and you want an intermediate setup at 55 and a complete one with electrics and everything for 70 quid. You've got no right to complain, because the amount of work that goes into a setup, it's not just about putting the strings on, checking your nut, checking your bridge, doing this, doing that, setting intonation and blah blah blah, straightening your neck and putting strings on. There's more to it than that. It takes you 25 minutes to stretch guitar strings properly. You know, that's just stretching your guitar strings when you put your new strings back on. If someone's going to charge you 20 quid to change your strings on your guitar, 25 quid with your strings, you get a good deal. I think you had a good deal. Anyway, I'm going to crack on this guitar. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to set the radius akin to the fingerboard. I'm going to match them up. I'm going to set the string height above the 12th fret or 17th, whichever way Fender recommend, and I'm going to measure them. I'm going to cut the nut slots where they need to be, because I'm going to check the height of these strings where they should be akin to the nut, and if the strings are a little bit high, we'll bring them a little bit lower on the nut. It's going to get the full caboodle, this is, and then I'm going to crack on. I'm going to get my neck all taped up, I'm going to get it on the jig, and I'm going to get them all crowned, levelled and crowned. That's going to be it. I'll test and check the electrics on me. Basically, you're getting a setup for 15 quid, because the fret level is 85 quid. Fret level and crown is 85 quid. It takes, let me tell you now, my going rate's 30 quid an hour. A fret level and a crown, if you do the job properly, right, and you're masking everything up like you do, like I'm going to do anyway, it's going to take you, it's 4 or 5 hours work there. You tell me where you're going to get that anywhere else. 5 hours work for 85 quid from a craftsman, you know. So that's it, that's where I am. Absolutely beautiful guitar. All the guitars I've got coming in now, we're talking high-end guitars here. I've got Fenders in at the moment, I've got PV Axis, I've got, what else have I got? I've got a JJ in, that's in for a fret level, belongs to Robert Peach. I've got 3 of Robert Peach's guitars. Robert Peach, he works for his Cutcasers, lovely man. He's a big lad. He must have been a big pup, I'm telling you. I've seen paws on him like that. Anyway, Peach you don't faff about, he don't get no rubbish, he gets really, really good guitars. Like I say, I've got his JJ in, I think it's a Fender and a PV, I'm not sure. I'll have to go and have a look in a bit. And that's it. I'm going to crack on with this. Like I say, with guitars, it don't matter what they are to me. It can be an Encore, it can be an Heritage, it don't matter. It's a guitar, it gets the same level of expertise, same level of work, because at the end of the day, this is my livelihood and you've all got to go away happy. So I don't know what guitar this is, I just know it's a Fender and it's Custom Shop and it's beautiful, and I'm going to work on it this afternoon. And now we're going to see how much of it we can get done, and I'll come back with an update later. How does that grab you? Talk to you soon. Right, back with Dave's Custom Shop Fender Strat. Right, I've done the setup. Now some people disagree with me doing a setup before I actually start the work, and by that I mean I do the setup with the old strings on it, because that way I know the intonation's right, which it is right. I've just done the intonation, a couple of strings want to change, and I've done the radius on the saddles, matched it up to the radius on the fretboard, which is 9.5 inch radius. I've also, Dave asked me to check, he thought one of the pickups was louder than the others, the other two, so I've gone and checked. I can't hear it, I can't hear no difference. You see, we're Strat in position 1, position 3 and position 5. They should all sound the same, and that's what they do. When you go in positions 4 and positions 2, it goes a tiny little bit quieter because you're mixing the 2 pickups, aren't you? So it's a little bit, 1, 3 and 5 is all the same volume, 2 and 4 is a little bit lower because you're mixing with 2. So that seems absolutely normal to me. I've had it plugged in a clean channel just so I could hear it properly. It seems absolutely fine. I'll check it again once I've got the guitar set up. But like I say, what I've done is, done the radius on the saddles to match the radius on the neck. The nut I've not touched. I'm not touching the nut. I'll cut the nut, it'll be the last job I do. I've checked with the next level, which it is, flat. I've done the intonation on the 12th fret, on harmonics and on pluck notes. Set that to set a couple. Now, because again, bolt on neck Fender with a truss rod adjustment there. I'm going to strip the guitar anyway to get at it, so I've decided I'm going to remove the neck completely to do the work, which means when it gets it reset, by the way, I'm going to reset the neck. Now I want to show you something about this. I love that neck plate on a Fender, that one, that corner cut off there. What a lovely shape that is. I'm going to have that on my Telecaster when I get it built. So I'm going to get one of them plates. So that's it, so that's what I'm going to do. It says he likes his tremolo setup as it is, bolted to the body. So I'm going to leave it completely like that. I'm not altering the tension of the springs or anything. When I set it up, all I'm going to do is put it all back together, put new strings on it, and that's going to be it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to strip the guitar ready to do the frets. So there's no point with filming any further than this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the guitar stripped, get the neck off, I'll bolt the neck itself to a big piece of 1 inch thick MDF I've got with it's drilled through to accept necks. So I'm going to get it all strapped up to there, and we're going to get it up on the jig later, and we're going to do the work on the jig. So that's it for now. So I'll come back with an update later. Just back briefly, I should have mentioned before, it's quite common when removing necks on a Fender to find you got a little shim in there. You seem to get a lot on the Japanese models, but anyway, I've took the neck off. I want to explain something about removing a neck from a Fender. The neck pockets are really tight. Now I did this on a bass recently, and I took the neck off and I just yanked it out basically, not realising I took a big chip of metal off the side of the body there, right on this part, right here. And I didn't know until the owner come back. He come back next day to have a look at something, and he says there's a chip there, and I didn't realise I'd done it. So I checked back on my video, because I do video everything. I checked back on my video, and there wasn't a chip on there when he gave me the bass, so I'd done it. And I said it must have happened when I removed this. So what I do now is when I'm removing a neck, I'm very, very careful on how I remove it. Not that I was abrasive or aggressive when I removed the one on that bass, but I really take my time now, because I don't want to be held responsible for causing any damage. Anyway, so I took the neck off. Bit of, I don't know, bit of residue there from the paint. That's a bit shoddy. But I took it off, and there's no shim in there, which is not really a surprise. But what was a surprise is it's got a date stamp on there, and it's June 26, 2015. I just wanted to mention that because I was born on the 26th of June, so nice little thing there. But that's it. The neck is off. I'm going to get it all clamped up. Now I just want to show that this paint residue is on there. You've got some paint residue there, and you've got this mark on the neck there, just to show that these were already there when I get on with it. There's the tuners and everything, all in nice. These are a little bit tight. In fact, they're very tight, but there's nothing I can do about that. I can't adjust them, so that's probably a good thing. So what it is now, I'm going to put the body away, put the neck plate away. Well, I'm not going to put the neck plate away because I'm going to bolt it to a pre-made piece of wood I've got. I can only get 3 of the screws in because only 3 of them will line up right. This one won't line up right, so hopefully it'll be fine. Just while I do the work. So that's it. So again, I'm gonna nip off now, and I'll come back with an update sometime soon. So back again with this, just to show how I bolt the neck of this Fender Strat to a piece. I've got a piece of 1-inch thick MDF, and what I do is I bolt it to this MDF. Yeah, like I said, we've gone with 3 of the screws there because it matches up. But the reason I do this is, when I put it on my jig and get it strapped up, I've got something to strap to, and then I can work on the neck. Now ideally, I'd have a guitar repair vice like the one I've ordered, like the Stumac one, which I've ordered one, but it's not here yet. Should have been here by now. And then I could just clamp my neck, blah blah blah, into the vice and work on the neck there, and then it'd be really, really easy. But it's not here, so I'm going to go with my traditional method of bolting it to there. I'll put the body away in a nice safe place, and just to show you, I'm going to whiz it around. I'm just going to turn the camera around and just show you. I'm going to put it on there. You've seen my jig before. There's a jig. I'm using a there you go, there's a jig. It's got an Antoria on it. I just want to turn my camera around as well. Sure. I've now got to 3 workbenches in this workshop. I've got another workbench here, look, brand new. And there you go. Lovely, thick, heavy duty workbench. So there you go. So I'm now 3 workbenches in here, and it works. It works really, really well. And there you go. So that's it. So that's where we are. There's a guitar missing from a rack there, you might have just noticed. James has just been round, the guitarist vocalist of the band, the Half 8. He's just been round collecting another guitar. Did 3 for him this week. So so that's it. So I'm going to crack on now. Been not been no update for a while now. I'm going to work me nuts off this afternoon because this guitar wants to be done tomorrow, this Fender. We'll pick it up tomorrow, so I'm going to crack on with it. I'll come back to you later. I just decided something with this because, you know what, I'm always making videos of all the guitars that come in this workshop. 1, it covers me. 2, it shows the customer what they're getting, and you know, people like to watch these sort of videos from a normal kind of bloke, which I think I am. But what I've decided to do is I'm always sending me videos lately because I've been that busy. I think I'm not going to go in depth and show you all the work. I'm just going to come back later with an update. But you know what? I never go in depth, and I've never actually. I don't think I've done this for a long time. Shown how I set up my jig for a guitar neck. So what is, I built this guitar jig, this neck jig, based on the Stumac version guitar neck jig. And you see, I was going to buy a Stumac one, but they're not super expensive at 350 quid, which is probably right. a decentish price, but the thing is, the time you've paid the shipping, it's another 100 quid. Then you've got another 100, 125, 130 quid import tax. It's taking you to nigh on 600 quid. And I thought, I'm not paying 600, even though I'd probably use it. 600 quid's a lot of money, you know, when you're just starting out. So I thought I'll make one. I got some plans, and I built this one. It's like a Vanson type of affair. You'll find the plans if you look for it. I'm not zoomed right up, but you get the idea. You've seen my jig before. But what I'm going to do is I've decided I'm going to show how I set this up. So you've just seen I've got the neck strapped or bolted with its own neck bolts to this piece of 25 MDF. What I've done is I've clamped that onto my jig, got it level-ish. It doesn't have to be bang on level, it's level-ish. And now what I'm doing is I've got a straight bar on the neck, and I've altered the truss rod. I've just got it quarter of a turn, altered the truss rod just to make the neck dead straight. And now what I'm going to do is, because now I've got that dead straight, got my nuts there. What I'm going to do is, now I've got it straight, I'm going to bring this end one up here. Can you see that? And what I'm going to do is, wherever this hits the guitar, just there you go. Wherever it hits the guitar, I'm going to support it and I'm going to tighten it. And once I've got that and I'm happy that that neck's straight and as straight as I want it to be, there's a tiny nuts out. But once I've got it where I want it to be exactly, which is there, right there, there you go. Now I'm going to zero these dials out. I'm going to show you what I mean. So I've got these dials on here just to make sure we don't get no movement. I've got some new dials going on this later, and I've got some more rods coming. I'm going to put more rods in here. We have another one there, another one there, another one there, just giving more support. But now I've done that, I glued that on a minute ago and it's come back off. So I'm not really that bothered about these dials, to be honest with you right now, because I'll glue that back on in a minute, because it doesn't have to be absolute zero on here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring these up to the guitar neck just to support it, like so, and they're all supporting the neck now. We'll zero that one out again. I mean, it's not mega crucial. Now we're going to tighten these up. Now what I'm going to do is, in the meantime, I'm just showing you this for the camera's sake, but now you see the neck's straight, all these are supporting the neck, and I'm going to clamp up this end as well, just to hold it tight. It doesn't have to, it's not critical this on this job, because I'm not really doing a neck level. I'm doing leveling a couple of frets, yeah, but it's not a proper fret level job this. And once I've got that all in like that, check it's level again, which it is. Level all areas, beautiful. I'm going to zero that out again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fix this. Going to fix this other one, glue that bit back on. I'm going to come back. Now you see, I can zoom in a little bit, and I can show you. I can just zoom in on that. The neck is now level, perfectly level. It's supported here, 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 and here. That one's zeroed out. I'm going to put the knob back on there, glue it back on. I'm going to zero that one out, and once we've done that, we've got the neck set and we can work on it. Then we can go leveling the frets, get it taped up and start recrowning. I'll come back very shortly with another update. So there we go, we're back. Show where we are. Next level, dials are zeroed out, guitar neck's going nowhere. Now what we can do is we can set about getting the levelling beam wherever it is. I'm going to put some marker over the top of the frets, light marker. I'm going to go over with the 400 grit, nice and light, just to make sure, just to see if we've got any high frets. Blah 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 blah. All we're going to do is gentle action, just like so, just to make sure we've got the frets level. Once I'm happy that the frets are level, I'm going to wipe the fingerboard off. We're going to get it all taped up, and we're going to get on. We're doing a crown. So that's really going to be it. Next time you see me, These will be levelled, they'll be crowned and ready to go back on the guitar, or I can come back and show you the polish, whatever, back later. Right, bit of crossway fret rocker, blah blah blah. I've ascertained that frets 5, 11 and 13 are slightly high. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dress them 3. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to dress them normal like I normally do with a file. I'm actually going to go across with the beam, and I'm going to take off material. Now I've marked these up in red marker, 5, 11 and 9. All the rest are marked up in green marker. I'm going to go across with the beam, and I want to remove the red ones. I want to remove, take material off the red frets and not touch the green ones. I'm going to go with the smooth side, which is this 400 grit. And I should just be taking material off the reds. Once I start taking material off the green, I know the red ones are level. And there you go, the reds should look like they're flat now. We've just started taking material off the green. I didn't want to hit that nut. The idea was to remove the nut where I don't have a space. I'm going to put my hand there. I've had people complain on my videos saying, no, what are you thinking? Right, now, show there, taking all the reds gone. I'm just going to check frets 5, now level, fret 11, so a little bit high, 13, tiny bit high. Take a little bit more material off this end. Again, only using the smoother side, the finer grit. I've got 200 grit on one side, 400 on the other. I'm only going on the 400 because I don't want to be removing a lot of material. Now I've just removed all the greens gone. So now these frets should be level. Who's texting? I'll pause this and come back to you. Right, I turned the camera off because my missus were texting every 4 seconds and a lot of binging going on. But what I've done is, fret 11 was being a bit stubborn. So what I've done is I've gone across on the file and levelled it. Fret 11 here, it's quite flat now. Fret 13 did a little bit of a tweak. Fret 5 was absolutely fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go across again with the fret rocker when I find it. Here it is. Check fret 5 again. Now no rock, absolutely fine. Fret 11, now no rock, absolutely fine. And fret 13, no rock, absolutely fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go across again with marker pen. Just one swipe with the marker. I know you can't see a lot from back there because the camera's quite far back. Just take my word for it. I'm going to go one line of green marker on there. Just one straight. And what I should do now is, when I go across with that levelling beam, just a couple of strokes each way. That marker should be gone off all the frets. If it has, it means I've got all the frets absolutely level. And once that's done, I get on doing the recrown. I'm just going across, just put a line marker on there. So the reason we charge a bit more for a job like this, because it's long-winded. Once these are level, I've got to recrown them. It's going to take a while, but I'm going to spend 2 or 3 hours polishing them. It's a 5-hour job. I charge 85 quid for it. My going rate is 30 quid an hour, so you're getting a really good rate there. So that's it. Again, not off any dust. All I'm going to do now is a couple of strokes. You take my word for it, but all these frets, I'll bring the camera in a bit closer actually, and you can see where I am. There you go. Let me just whiz in there so you can see all the frets. Now you should be able to see that all these frets have grid marker on top. Now if these frets are level, got perfectly level sanding beam, 400 grit, 200 grit, 400 grit paper should I say. Just going to give a couple of strokes, first down the centre, just backwards and forwards on each one. Following the curve, following the radius. There you go. Tiny little bit left there, tiny little bit there. Just give them a couple of rubs. Hardly any pressure at all, let the bar do the work. And that's it. All of those frets have silver tops now. It means the frets are perfectly level. All I'm going to do with that is give it a wipe. Now we know we're still zeroed there and we zero there. It means the neck has not moved at all. Clean up the neck. And inspect these frets. Superb. These frets are level. All of the tops of all these frets, tiny little bit left there. Nothing to worry about. It's that minor. Nice and steady strokes. And we're done. All these frets, silver tops now. It means the frets are all absolutely level in relation to each other and in relation to the neck, which is level. The neck's not moved because we zeroed out on the dials. All that remains to be done now is for me to get this neck taped up. And I'm going to re-crown all these frets now because every one of these is a little bit of a scraping, so every one of these frets will get polished. At first, because I've flattened quite a few of these, where you've got your crown there, we've flattened some of them out quite a bit, some of them are even flat. We're going to re-crown now. You know how to do that, I've done plenty of videos. I'm going to re-crown every single fret. Some of them will need a lot of work, some of them will need RDL, and once that's done, I'm going to get it all taped up first. I've got some brand new tape to use. I just bought, I've got all various widths. This stuff, position masking tape, never knew you could get it 6mm. This is great because rather than have to cut pieces up with crap scissors, got some 6mm stuff here, which I'm going to use for these frets up here. Then I'll move to the 18mm, which I'll cut in half and do these, and when I get up this end I'll get to the 25mm. So I've got various widths of masking tape, which I'm going to get done. I'm going to get it all taped up. I'm going to put the camera back where it was, because I like it back there. I think that was about right. Let's do a zoom in, I know where we were. I think we're right about here. That's a good place. So that's it. Going to get these frets all taped up and I'm going to get on with the crowning. I'll come back in a bit. So here I am, all the frets were levelled. I've got the fingerboard all taped up and I've marked the tops of all the frets. Don't know what you can see from there, should be able to see enough from there. Marked them all blue marker. I'm going to go across now, I'm going to crown them all. I'm going to get the crowning file, I'm going to crown them all and get them all polished up. I'm not going to show that work, I've shown it many times before. As you can see, we're still zeroed out on the dials here, 0, 0. Neck's not moved at all, everything's all taped off, nice and clean. I'm going to go get the crowning file. I'm going to use my 3-edge file, which I'm going to just grab just now. One I got from Crimson Guitars a couple of years ago. Been a great piece of kit this has for, I think it was 17, 18 quid or something. We're at 20 odd quid now. Going to do the main work with that, bring the edges in, you know how I do it, I bring it in and I roll over as I come in. I'm going to finish off with my crowning file. Once I've done that, I'm going to go across with my diamond crowning file, which is in my neck fretwork box over there. I'm not going to get it out because it's away But I'm going to get on with that, and once that's all done, I'm going to leave the tape on there, and I'm going to get them all polished up using various grits of sandpaper. Some I've already cut. I'll be going, and we were starting from 1,000. If we go to 1,200, I'll use that. If I ain't got any, I'll go 1,500, which I've marked off, and 2,000. I'll finish off with that, and I'll finish off with wire wool. Then it's just a matter of getting the guitar set up. So I want to get this done. I'm going to crack on because I want to get this done tonight, and I want to get the setup done in the morning. So that's it. Next time you see me, these will be done. The frets will be polished, and I'll be getting ready to put my neck back on my guitar and get the setup done. Back later. Right, I'm back, and that's all the levelling and the crowning done. I finished off the crowning. You know, I went with my old crowning file and the hand file, the 3 angled file earlier. I eventually finished off with my, this is a gift from Leicestershire Luthier. It was Nigel Roberts. Well, it's Nigel Roberts and Dan, I can't remember Dan's last name. Based at Leicestershire-luthier.co.uk. Nigel Roberts gave me this. It's probably my favourite tool in the workshop. One, because he gave it me, he crafted this hand himself, but one, he gave it me. 2, well, one, I needed one. 2, Nigel Roberts gave it me. It's diamond cut file up, it's brilliant. And 3, I use it all the time. To buy one of these would have cost me about 100 quid, which I didn't have at the time, and I use this all the time, and it's absolutely brilliant. I think it's about 300 grit, but it's coated with diamonds, which smooths off the frets and crowns them, because it's got a crowning edge there, look. It puts the crown back in them. Now I'd already crowned them anyway, but I always finish off with this one. And then all I have to do after this is, I've got no 1200 grit paper, so I'm going to cross with 1000 grit, 1500 grit and 2000 grit, and I'll finish off with wire wool. Now I've already polished, I've already done 2 this end. They're amazing, you can see your face in them, and they're super smooth. I'm going to bring the camera in and let you have a look. Maybe the camera, I'm losing the light in here, it's why I've just done this video just now. I'm going to bring the camera down to where we are. I'm going to zoom in. Now I've polished, I don't know how much you'll see because it's getting a bit dark in here. I've polished these 2 frets. These have I've gone with 1000 grit, 1500 grit, 2000 grit and wire wool. And I don't know why, because I'm going to zoom in. Are we a bit out of focus there? We are a bit. I don't know if you could tell the difference there. Those 2 have been polished, the rest of them haven't. They've just been crowned. These 2 look absolutely amazing. There's no lines on them. I've gone across with the, you might be able to see with this. There you go. How's that? Is that any good for you? Look absolutely brilliant. I'll look myself with that. They look just fantastic. They're really, really shiny and smooth, super smooth. They feel absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to get on with the rest now. I've got 19 to do. So that's where I am. Blah, 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 blah. The camera pretty much set up where it needs to be. I'll never get in the right place. That looks about right. Not so bad there. So that's it. I'm going to crack on. I'm going to finish, I don't know if you can see me. I'm going to finish polishing these frets, and I'm going to leave it set up for the morning. Get it set up for the morning, not take me too long. That'll be it. Talk to you soon. Right, I wanted to come back in and do another update because I've finished the fret polishing. I've gone across with 3 different grades of paper. Did the first polish with the diamond file. Gone across 3 lots of paper, different grades, 1000, 1500, 2000 grit, and I finished off with the wire wool. And my frets look super, so I wanted to just come and show you these, and I'm going to zoom in. And I think you can see enough there. I mean, I could zoom right in. Possibly, I don't know if this will work. Should work. It normally works. It's about getting it in focus. So I think you'll agree they look pretty nice. Anyway, we're all done, we're all polished. I'm going to have a quick glimpse. There are no lines on there, they're highly polished. What I'm going to do is now I'm going to remove the paper. That's why I wanted you to can see this as well. So this top part. And all I need to do really now is, all I should have to do is just wipe the fingerboard. A couple of bits of, oh, we're fine, absolutely fine. So there you go, that's the frets done. Just wipe the fingerboard. The reason it's all taped up is we don't muck the fingerboard up. Okay, it's got a little bit of muck on there. Wipe off and get some white spirit on there or some oil, whatever. But there is the fingerboard all done. I'll clean it all up in a bit, get a bit of white spirit on the end of this rag, on the end of this cloth, and we'll all be done, everything all rubs off. So that's it. We're done there. Like I said, I'll get some white spirit on there, clean it all up. I could zoom in just a little bit more. The frets, sorry about the light, I'm losing my light in here. They're absolutely smooth, they look absolutely wonderful. I'm going to clean up the fretboard with some, get a little bit of white spirit on there on a clean rag, clean all these slots out on the nut, and I can get the, I'm going to just whiz back a bit. And I'll get this back over the other side, I'll get the neck back on the guitar, and I'll get it all cleaned up, get the neck back on the guitar and get it all cleaned up. I can do all that in the morning. Or I can do it now. It's only, I don't know what time it is now, 7 PM ish. I told my missus I'd be finished for 8 tonight. It's 20 past 7. I could possibly get that done for 8 o'clock and then it's all done. Dave's coming to pick it up tomorrow lunchtime anyway. You'll notice also, well I'll just knock that now. These are all still zeroed out. You're just off 0 there, you're still on 0 there. So whenever neck's still perfectly straight, it's not moved. Just to prove, you can see that there, that one's gone off and that's nice. That's only because I've knocked it since I've been doing this, taking the tape off. So that's it. That's the work I was commissioned to do done. I've just got to finish the setup now and that's it. Bit to clean up, bit of a setup, job done. So I'll be back tomorrow when the guitar's finished. Or I'll be back later when the guitar's finished. Right, good morning, and it is morning. It's about 6:30, Saturday the of April, late April. The Fender Custom Shop Fender, I finished it. Just needs a little bit of a wipe over. But there you go, got it all back together. It came in specifically for a fret level and recran because the frets they'd all flattened out down the middle. They'd all got because it flattened out, they'd got sharp corners. So what I've done is, I don't know what you can see from there, but I've levelled them all off. You've seen the rest of the video, and I've recraned them all and I've polished them up. The job went absolutely lovely. I've done a setup. I've not checked the tuning this morning, but I've done a setup. There's no buzz anywhere. Just woke up. It's not even 6:30 yet, but the guitar is actually done. Going to get in contact with the owner today, let him know it's all ready, and that's really going to be it. So, another fun project, half a day's work in that, not bad at all. I'm going to crack on because I've got, I'm up bright and early, basically because I couldn't sleep, and my wife was up at 5:30, she's got something at university at 8 o'clock today, so I decided to get up and get cracking, and that's what I'm going to do. So I've got plenty more guitars lined up today, so I'm going to blob on with that. So, till the next project or the next video, as always, be good to each other. I'll talk to you soon.